Hey folks, welcome back into the studio. In today's video, we're going to do another one of the Train With Me series. Today we're training our back. So not just the muscles of the mid-back, we're going to train the muscles of the upper back and the posterior or back of the shoulder. The lats, the rhomboids, the rear delts, all of these muscles make up your back. And there's a few different angles you have to pull from and work from. But today we're going to do a very solid beginner intermediate workout that's 3 movements that will hit every muscle in your back. This is a fantastic workout for anybody who is new to the gym or even just an intermediate who doesn't have a ton of time but wants efficient back training. Let's get into it, starting with our first exercise. It's going to be a vertical pull. Our first exercise is going to be a lat pull down. I think this is the best beginner back exercise, period. I have done this with thousands of clients over a decade, and almost nobody, I mean nobody, no matter how deconditioned or out of shape they are, can't do this. Almost everybody I train can do this from the very first time they step in the gym, and I think that's really important when it comes to selecting exercises. These are just straps to help with my grip. You don't need these. Because this pull is what we would call a vertical pull, meaning my arms are moving vertically, north and south here. This vertical pull is gonna work my lats, and those are the biggest muscles in my back. They take up the most surface area. And so because they're big and strong, and they take up the most surface area, that probably means they need the most effort to grow and to challenge them. We're starting there. It's just like on leg day, you might start with your quads because they're pretty big. We're pulling down in a vertical path, stretching at the top, repeating, down, up, down, up. That arm path from over the head to down here is driven by these back muscles, your lats, which actually attach on your arm right up here. So when you're stretched overhead, all of these muscles on your side stretch, and when you pull down like this, they contract. And those muscles grow and they give you that wide V shape. 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, increasing weight each time on this lat pull down. So our first exercise is done. And again, that vertical pulling is great for the lats, the big sweeping muscles that make a V shape. However, there's way more muscles in your back than your lats. And I'm sure you've heard, if you've trained before, that when you do a back movement like a row or a pull, to squeeze your shoulder blades together, these bones back here, so that's a great way to transition to our next exercise. There's another function of the back, not just pulling down, pulling horizontally, pulling in a way that your shoulder blades come together behind you, like a swimming movement. This is gonna work more of your upper back. These muscles are called your lower traps, your rhomboids, and especially on a lot of these pulling movements where your elbow goes behind you, you're gonna work the back of the shoulder. So we always want to have a vertical pull, but we'll pair that with a horizontal pull. And today, I'm going to do what's called an inverted row or an Australian pull-up. This is a horizontal body weight row. Now, if you're heavier and new to training, there's plenty of alternatives. You can do something like a cable row. But I love this because it helps people get closer to being able to do a pull-up, a really good body weight strength standard. It allows them to train to failure. And it hits the muscles in that upper back and from a more horizontal plane. So here's how you set up for the inverted row. You can use a bar and a rack or a Smith machine. I find that these are the easiest. And what I'm doing is I'm starting out underneath the bar, and I'm going to scoot underneath the bar until my belly button, or about my belly button, is right underneath it. From there, I'm going to bridge my hips and pull my chest to the bar, repeating this very horizontal row. And this is great because I can rep this out or do lots of these. And as I get tired and my arms and my grip and my back starts to give out, I can use a little hip extension and keep going. But we're going to start nice and strict, doing as many as we can. And I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna get 5 more. And on the last 5, I allowed myself to use a small bit of hip extension to train all the way to failure. Now, training to failure, or until you can't do any more reps, is great for building muscle and strength. And for novices, I'm hesitant to train to failure on something like, say, a barbell row, where I can go until I'm tired, but I might start to round my back. And that could, keyword could, increase my risk of injury. On a body weight exercise like this, doing it to failure, very safe. So we're gonna do 2 to 3 sets of these inverted rows to failure.
Taking a break from this episode to tell you a little bit about my coaching company, Core Coaching Method. More specifically, our app-based training. We partnered with Train Heroic to bring app-based training to you using the best technology and best user interface possible. You can join either my Home Heroes team, or you can train from home with bands and dumbbells, or Elite Physique, which is a female bodybuilding focused program where you can train at the gym with equipments designed specifically to help you develop strength as well as the glutes, hamstrings, quads, and back. I have more teams coming planned for a variety of different fitness levels. But what's cool about this is when you join these programs, you get programming that's updated every single week. The sets to do, the reps to do, exercise tutorials filmed by me with me and my team. So you'll get my exact coaching expertise as to how to perform the movement. It's a really cool training community, and you can try it completely free for 7 days. Can't wait to see you in the Core Coaching Collective, my app-based training community.
So between our vertical pull, our lat pull down, and our horizontal pull, our inverted row, we've trained every single muscle in our back, including the forearms and the biceps. However, there's a few secondary functions or important functions of the muscles on the backside of your body that we have not trained. And the most important of those is probably driven by the muscles of the back of the shoulder. And that function is called external rotation. The ability for the shoulder to go from here to here is super vital. We've trained the ability for the shoulder to move in what we would call extension, but we haven't unlocked external rotation, which is so important. And if we do this exercise, the face pull, we're gonna get better external rotation, and we'll hit a lot of the small muscles, like the rear delts and some of the muscles of the rotator cuff, that really help keep you training hard and will develop your back. These two, the pull down and the row, that's the cake and the icing. This right here is the sprinkles. So to do the face pull properly, I like to set up in a staggered stance, and I like to think about pulling the knot or the middle position of the cable towards my face. As I pull this towards my face, I want to achieve some degree of external rotation. I want to get my shoulders back. I want to get my shoulders to move and my palms to come back. It's not enough to simply pull here. This is just another row, right? This is no different really than the inverted row. We have to come up high. And pulling at higher angles like this or different angles really hits your back. But the small muscles in the back of the shoulder, we've pulled from here, we've pulled from here. Now we're gonna pull here and call it a day with 3 exercises. This face pull we're gonna do for 2 to 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Okay, folks, so there you have it. That is a 3 movement back day that is fantastic for anybody who's a beginner or intermediate. Now, if you are brand new to working out and you've seen this video and you're thinking, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna train my back following these 3 movements, that's fantastic. I would like you to do 2 to 3 sets of each of those movements for 10 to 12 reps, a little higher, 15 to 20 on the face pull. You can go to failure on the rows if you want. If you are an intermediate, you can go 3 or 4 sets, and even as high as 5 sets, because remember, this is only 3 exercises. But it's 3 that I think between them, you'll cover everything. And for anybody who's new to intermediate, remember this: more exercises is not better. Doing good exercises Very hard, close to failure is what you are after. So remember, 3 exercises: lat pull, some type of row, face pull, we're hitting every muscle in the back. We want to train close to failure. We want to train with good form. We've already got tons of videos on the channel for other muscle groups, and we're going to do Train With Me series for every muscle group, for home, for gym, for bodyweight, all of it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be alerted when we drop new videos. Hit the like so more people find the video, and I'll catch you on our next one.